Public health officials in the Nebraska Panhandle say that the number of new positive COVID-19 cases continues to skyrocket at a record pace. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, during their Monday afternoon briefing, Unified Command announcing that the Panhandle has seen 326 new cases and 150 new recoveries since Thursday. PPHD officials also announcing on Monday that a male in his 70s is the first COVID-related death in Dawes County, which brings the total deaths in the Panhandle to 12. PPHD Executive Director Kim Engel says the number of new cases has skyrocketed in October. Currently, the doubling rate for the virus is 22 days.
From the first case on March 29th to October 4th, that was 189 days to get to 965. And we just did it again in the last 22 days. So we bring this to your attention just to demonstrate the growth that what's happening here with the COVID cases and the intensity that infections are happening.
The new cases by county include 168 in Scottsbluff, 60 in Box Butte, 39 in Dawes, 18 in Cheyenne, 17 in Sheridan, 12 in Morrill, 5 each in both Kimball and Garden counties, and 1 new case each in Banner and Sioux counties. Through Monday afternoon, the Panhandle has seen 1,957 total positive cases, 1,236 recoveries, 12 deaths, and 18,750 tests have been administered. That leaves 712 active cases, including 33 active hospitalizations and 12 COVID deaths. Those active cases include 409 in Scottsbluff County, 116 in Box Butte County, 67 in Dawes, 41 in Sheridan, 31 in Cheyenne County, 20 in Morrill County, 10 in Garden County, 7 in Kimball County, 4 in Dual County, and 2 active cases in both Sioux and Banner counties. Well, Nebraska health officials discussed the state's plans for future distribution of the COVID-19 vaccine when it becomes available. DHHS Incident Commander Angie Ling says that part of this planning includes ensuring an effective distribution network for the vaccines. So as soon as those first doses arrive, they can quickly get into the arms of Nebraskans. Ling says this will be a phased approach, and during phase 1, the vaccine will be distributed through Nebraska's existing Vaccines for Children provider network.
We expect that vaccine supply will be limited early on, and initial doses will go to healthcare personnel and critical populations. We have broken phase 1 into 2 parts, anticipating different levels of vaccine availability.
Phase 1A will include healthcare personnel, hospital emergency rooms, long-term care staff, urgent care, and primary care access points. Phase 1B will include residents of long-term care facilities, people 65 years and over, people with certain underlying medical conditions, essential critical infrastructure workers, and vulnerable populations. As supply increases, more people will be able to receive vaccines, and more providers will have access to order and administer the products. Ling says despite the many unknowns that still remain in the coming weeks and months for vaccine distribution, DHHS has worked to ensure that inclusion, transparency, and sound evidence base are the foundation of their plan. Well, coming up after the break, a bitterly cold day out there, but things will progressively warm up. Bill Boyer's in with your Tuesday evening forecast right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we offer loans with competitive rates and quick decisions from our experienced lenders. Our team works hard to get to know you and your business. From ag to auto, home loans, and everything in between, we're here to help. Stop by Platte Valley Bank or apply online to find the loan that is right for you today.
Compliments for You and Your Home invites you to the Holiday Open House, October 30th through November 7th. Let us take you on a tour and help you find the perfect gift. From tree decorations to carolers, get great savings throughout the store and brighten up your home for all your special occasions. We'll also have door prizes and refreshments. Join us October 30th through November 7th for the Holiday Open House at Compliments for You and Your Home, 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
We're going to be dealing with partly cloudy skies as we go through the overnight hours, mainly clear to start off the evening, but we'll get a few more clouds in here late tonight into early tomorrow, and thankfully that's going to help keep a lid on temperatures that aren't going to be nearly as cold tonight as what they were last night. We had some disgustingly cold temps out there. A bit warmer starting tomorrow, and then even warmer for next week. We have no real precip coming our way. Yesterday, a high of 24 after that record low that'll go down yesterday at 8 degrees below zero. We were even colder than that this morning. Those are well below normal. So that 24-degree high is colder than our normal low this time of year, which is 30. We should be at 60 for a high temperature. No more rain in the rain gauge. We ended up with 4,800s primarily out of that last system. Over 3/4 of that already out of just the last snow that we had. We've now topped 8 inches for the year. Unfortunately, though, we should be at about 14 and a half. As we look over the last couple of weeks, again, the last 5 days have been very cold here across the region. Temperatures half or more below normal of what they should be, reaching that apex there of 19 for a high on Sunday. As we take a look at low temperatures this morning, boy, they were chilly out there. 10 below in Scotts Bluff, 14 below in Alliance, a 13 below reading this morning in Pine Bluffs, 11 below in Torrington. The temperature really fell out this morning, and we are having a hard time warming up from that. As you can imagine, temperatures only in the 20s to near 30 degrees here across the region. A few low 30s snuck in there as well, but primarily temps hovering at or below that freezing mark for most of us. And those winds, although lighter than what they were yesterday, still enough to drive wind chills down into the low to mid 20s, a couple of upper teens there from Kimball over towards Sydney. As we look at our bus stop forecast tomorrow, it's going to be chilly when you get on the bus. Not as cold as this morning, though. Still in the low 20s, and on the way home, looks like we'll be into the low 40s out here with mainly sunny skies. So getting closer to normal, still going to be below normal for what we should be, though, this time of year. Futurecast tonight is all quiet here across the region. Nothing happening out there, and low temperatures that are going to fall off into the teens primarily, a couple of low 20s. But that 19-degree reading would be 30 degrees warmer than where we were this morning in Scotts Bluff. So certainly going to be not as cold as what we were. Certainly not a picnic, but much colder or much warmer temperatures overnight tonight. Tomorrow we start the day with a few clouds. We'll bring in more clouds later on in the day and into the overnight hours tomorrow. Average it all out. We'll call it partly cloudy tomorrow. And high temperatures are expected only into the low to mid 40s. But again, we're trending in the right direction to start some of the snow melt here across the region. Clear tonight, not as cold. Lows down around 19. For tomorrow, we'll call it partly cloudy. Again, starting to warm up a bit. We're into the low 40s. A nicer day coming on Thursday with high temperatures in the mid-50s. Friday, we could approach 60 degrees there, get us closer to normal. A little system comes through. It'll be dry, but drop us down about 15 degrees for Halloween on the last day of the month there on Saturday. Highs only in the upper 40s. Don't forget, we do fall back this weekend. We set our clocks back an hour. As we go into Sunday morning, we'll be about 60 and in the mid-60s for Monday and Tuesday of next week as conditions start to warm up a little bit and make things look a little more tolerable and, again, start to melt some of this snow.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
At Renewal by Andersen, it's about our people. We're a family-owned local company with the best windows, patio doors, and installation teams anywhere. But before our customers ever get to installation, they speak with our advisors in the office. We're so proud of our people. They're very experienced, organized, and at Renewal by Andersen, we know that our customers' time is so valuable. We assure you signature service from the first phone call to the installation day. Renewal by Andersen, a local family company. It's about our people.
Welcome back. The Oregon Trail Community Foundation has awarded Ducks Unlimited a $5,000 grant to expand public access on the Frey Wetland Complex in Nebraska. Hod Kosman, board member of the OTCF, says the wetlands is one of the largest open-use tracts in western Nebraska.
But there's a parking area, and people may walk in. It is a beautiful area, and especially right now it'll be a little bit cold. But when the ducks are migrating and the birds are migrating, it's quite a sight to see how many thousands of birds can utilize this property. It's an important wetland complex in the western part of the state.
The grant moves Ducks Unlimited close to acquiring 198 acres of critical wetland habitat in order to maintain public access to one of western Nebraska's biggest wetland complexes for all to enjoy. Well, troopers with the Nebraska State Patrol responded to more than 170 snow-related incidents as most of Nebraska experienced its first snowfall of the season. Troopers responded to 45 property damage or personal injury crashes through the state from Sunday to Monday, and troopers also assisted 125 motorists in need of help after slide-offs, disabled vehicles, or other travel-related issues. Superintendent Colonel John Bolduc says the last couple days have provided a reminder of how quickly driving conditions can change with freezing rain or snow. So, as the weather improves this week, the NSP is encouraging all drivers to remember this snow event and keep their winter driving skills ready for the upcoming season. And following the U.S. Senate confirmation of Judge Amy Coney Barrett to the U.S. Supreme Court on a 52-48 vote Monday evening, Senator Ben Sasse, a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, said the confirmation is good news for every American. Sasse says Barrett will rise above the partisan gamesmanship and will apply the law faithfully with no hidden agenda.
Despite some efforts by rabid partisans, Amy Coney Barrett is now on the Supreme Court. Progressives sadly tried to destroy her. Conspiracy theorists attacked her faith. Desperate politicians besmirched her character. Some political hacks even tried to launch disgusting attacks against her kids. But Americans tuned out all that nonsense and just got to know this tremendously impressive nominee.
Sasse said Barrett's loyalty is to the Constitution, and her fearless independence will build confidence in the American system. Well, straight ahead, Chabella Guzman will be in with a check-in on Ag News. About that in just 90 seconds here on KNEB.TV News.
At TC & More in Scotts Bluff, we have toys and puzzles for your children, or they make a great gift. TC & More has craft activities, pretend play toys, and dozens of puzzles and games for all ages. We also have the largest supply of Melissa and Doug toys. And we still carry all of your classroom essentials. Remember to like TC & More on Facebook. TC & More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scotts Bluff.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Lee's Heads.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
The snow has put a halt to harvest for corn and some sugar beets until it can warm back up, but everyone is glad to see the moisture. Cody Creech, Nebraska Extension Dryland Cropping Specialist, says for wheat growers it is providing some much-needed moisture.
Overall for the wheat, this is just going to provide much-needed moisture. There is a lot of wheat that has not come up yet that was planted maybe into it was planted late or into some dry soil. So this will provide moisture, but that wheat's not likely to come up anytime soon with the cold temperatures. And so we just hope that it has vernalized enough that it'll do well. So for those producers that have wheat that was planted later in the dry soils, it's going to be really important to watch in the early spring to see what kind of stand they end up with and how that wheat looks to see if they want to keep it or if they want to do something different in those fields.
Going forward, Creech says warm temperatures and more moisture will benefit the wheat.
So I look to see that wheat that's established and up and going, that this moisture and any warm temps would be beneficial for that wheat to add a few more tillers, which will hopefully translate into additional yield next year. The snow we do have is going to provide some insulating factor for these first few cold nights we're going to have. It ought to keep that soil a little bit warmer, and it'll help to insulate that wheat so that once it does warm up, it's still okay to maybe put on a few more tillers.
Temperatures will begin to rise back into the 40s and 50s during the week.
Small business, you're the engine that makes our communities thrive. That's why we're with you, providing more for you, so you can focus on what matters most. Small business, you're the engine that makes our communities thrive. That's why we're with you, providing more for you, so you can earn more, save more, and do more.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viaero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viaero.com or your nearest Viaero store. Viaero Wireless, keeping you connected.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
At Platte Valley Investment Center, we believe in personalized planning for your financial goals.
As your retirement income partners, our concern for your success combined with resources from Raymond James can help you make confident decisions for your financial future.
Our team of financial advisors will help you make your money work just as hard as you did to earn it. After all, our goal is to help you reach your financial goals.
Call me, Jody Rosiska, or Kevin Fig, Financial Advisors, to set up your free, no-obligation pre-retirement review.
And finally tonight, a new site has been announced for the historic Robidoux Trading Post. The reconstructed 1851 Trading Post will be moved intact to a new permanent home on the grasslands at Five Rocks Amphitheater. Following notification of termination of the lease on the land of the post in Carter Canyon back in August, the City of Gearing and Friends of the Robidoux Trading Post Committee considered 4 sites as possible options for relocation of the post. The groups are working with Russell Excavation on a timeline for relocating the post to its new site, and it's been determined that the post can be moved intact and the structure will be relocated in December or early January. Groundworks at the new site will be ongoing by the City of Gearing over the next few weeks in advance of the post's relocation. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you here next time.